Super happy to be with all of you. Yeah. Yes. How you doing, everybody? Now I can see myself. How are you? Let me change the screen size for me because it looks real weird. Hello, everybody. How are you? Well, let's talk today. Let's talk about when we tell ourselves tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I can do that tomorrow. Let me do that tomorrow. Some of you keep doing that. What is going on? So let's talk all about that today because I'm really excited to discuss. Hello, Hope. So nice to see you. I'm just going to kind of move things around a little bit here. So nice to see you. Sorry, my hair's kind of bugging. Hello and good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody, depending on where you're coming from. So, how many of you find yourself saying things like, I'm gonna start tomorrow? Oh, I'll just eat this, but tomorrow I'll be good. Have you been catching yourself in that cycle? So today I really want to talk all about why you do that, how to knock it off. I want to give you 4 things you can do to really start getting in front of this so that you stop telling yourself you are going to start tomorrow. Like somehow tomorrow is going to be way better and open up its whole bright light energy and shine onto you. Motivation, desire, change. So, but oftentimes we do that and we tell ourselves, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'll work out tomorrow. I'll schedule that in tomorrow. And then we don't do it. And then tomorrow comes and we have this same conversation over and over and over again. And isn't it frustrating? So we're going to knock that off. I'm going to give you 4 things you can do today that are going to totally change that, shift that, make that stop happening for you. Okay? So let's first look at, why do you keep doing that? Why are you allowing yourself to do that in the area where you want to transform? I want you to think about that question seriously for a second. Why do you allow yourself to say something? It may not be exactly, I'm going to do this tomorrow, but it may be in along those same lines of, I'm going to start tomorrow. Why do you allow yourself to do that? What's going on? Why do you keep pushing your goal? You say you want to lose weight, and yet you tell yourself you're going to move tomorrow. You tell yourself you'll start eating healthy tomorrow. You tell yourself, I'll go on that diet on Monday. Why? Why do you keep doing that? Why are you allowing that in your life? And if you're allowing that in your life, I'm so happy you're here because we're going to change all of that today. First, I want to say hi to all of you. I love seeing you here. Hi, Hope. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you. Sandy, love seeing you. Hi, Heather. Great to see you. Everybody else who's listening from the car or on the phone, thanks for being here. I love seeing that you're here. Thank you for joining me. So let's look at why we do this. We do this because it's a programmed cop-out that we've been telling ourselves. Now, it may be, I'll start tomorrow, or it could be something else that you tell yourself. But we've programmed that in. It doesn't just come in. We program that in to go, okay, I'm going to start tomorrow, or I'm going to do that. And we repeated this. And any cop-out kind of excuse that you use on repeat, just know that you've programmed that into your mind. And by choosing to say it and believe it and take action on that, what it does is it keeps your goal out here, not right here. And it keeps you from taking action. So why do we do this? Well, we know this, right? You know this. Our brain's job, keep us safe, keep us protected, keep us from doing what it is that we so want to do because it thinks it's keeping us safe. And it says tomorrow's going to be safe. Tomorrow's going to be comfortable. Tomorrow will be this magic day. And then tomorrow comes, and then the next tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if you've ever done this. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start whatever it is tomorrow. And then by the end of the week, you're like, oh, shoot, I was going to work out this week and I never did it. Or I was going to make this goal happen to me. I was going to start eating vegetables. Oops, I didn't make that happen. That's because you are conditioned your brain to put this off and to make any of these cop-outs, any of these excuses, things that keep you right where you are. So we're going to stop that. Now, the key is this. I'm going to give you 4 things that you can do to really get in front of this if you keep having this conversation with yourself. Now, here's the thing. You're going to hear me, and you'll be like, yeah, but you got to do the steps. You really have to do this work. And your brain might not want you to do this work. Your brain might want to say, oh, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that tomorrow. Okay? And I don't want you doing it tomorrow. So I want you to make time to do this 4-step process because it's that important. If you really want to lose weight and you really want to get in front of the conversation inside of your heads that keeps telling you you'll do it tomorrow, we'll do it another time, I'll do it later. It can look a whole lot of different ways. So let's really get in front of this, okay? So first thing I want you to do is I want you to decide, do you want to lose weight? Get real with yourself, people. If you don't want to lose weight, then get real with yourself. And here's the thing. If you do want to lose weight, and maybe you don't like the strategies that you keep telling yourself that you want to do or you're going to do, then change the strategy. Decide that you either are going to do that strategy or you're not going to do that strategy. Because to keep fighting with yourself every day sucks and it makes you feel terrible in this area. So make a decision. Do you want to lose weight? And are you open to trying the strategy or the way of being in relationship to whatever you want to try, whether that's working out, whether that's eating when you're hungry, whether that's whatever it is? Let's get clear in your mind. Are you willing? Are you open to doing that? So that you stop this cycle of I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, so let's just get real. You have to get real with yourself. That's the very first step. Number 1, do you want weight loss? Do you want this process? If you do, great. Now you're clear inside of your head, inside of your being. Second thing, I want you to all write out your cop-out thoughts. What are your cop-outs? What are your excuse thoughts that you tell yourself? What have you programmed in? Of course, not purposefully. Of course, you did this in a kind, loving way to put this off or to not think about it or whatnot. But what are the excuses you tell yourself? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it Monday. I'll do it later. I'll schedule that in another time. I'll get back to this. What are the excuses and cop-outs? Write them down. You get out a piece of paper and you start writing these down. You get clear of them, okay? And all I want you to think about and really get is that this is just how you've programmed your mind. This is how you've been programming yourself around this area. You don't do it in all areas at all. You just do it around this area, and that's okay. We don't need to make anything wrong about that, but we need to look at them. You need to be really clear what they are so that you can then start to create this strategy. So then number 3, I want you to write out, why is it important for you to change now? Not 6 months from now, not 5 years from now. Now, why do you want to lose weight now? So then you get out a separate piece of paper and you start writing out, why do you want to lose weight now? What's going on? Why is this immediate? See, if it's not immediate, then you're just going to want to keep pushing it off. If there's no real reason to make this happen now, then what's the point? Then don't worry about those thoughts where you keep pushing them off. But if you want this change to happen now, which I know so many of you do, then you need to write down this list of why is it important for you to lose weight now, today, this moment? Why does it even matter to you to slim down? Okay? And then number 4, anytime you start using your cop-outs, you're just going to go to this list. We've got to take your brain from using the cop-outs to getting clear why and what you're doing now, making positive actions now. So here's how it would look. I say to myself, the old programming comes in and I go, I'll work out tomorrow. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, here's why it's important for me to do this today. I am not putting off my weight loss goals and dreams for my body, for my health, for my life any longer. That's how it's going to work. Your conditioning, remember, changing your mind doesn't just happen. You have to direct your mind where you want it to go. Yes, we have all this programming that happens unconsciously throughout our lives. And then when we start to write down and get clear and look at, wow, what have I been saying to myself that are my excuses or getting in the way of me actually having the body I want, being in action, then you can see those. And then from seeing those, then you go, okay, why must I lose weight now? Why is it important for me to do this? If you're not clear, your unconscious mind's going to do all its work to try to keep it safe. It's going to work hard to keep you where you're at. And so when you start telling yourself these excuses, I'll do this tomorrow, it'll happen next day, you're going to stop that and you're going to go, no, here's why I really want to do this today. Here's why I'm going to do this today. Here's how I'm going to make this happen today. Here's why it's important that I stay connected to my goals and take action. And you're going to read that list of why you must make this happen today. Does that make sense? I hope so. So let me just kind of go through this 4-step process again. And then I want to start answering any questions. So while I'm going through this 4-step process, feel free to start asking me any questions you have in the comment section. Okay? So the 4-step process that I want you to take if you keep giving yourself excuses or cop-outs like, I'm going to start tomorrow, I'll do this later, I'm going to start Monday, is 1, decide, do you really want to lose weight or not? Decide, just make the decision. Yes, I'm losing weight. That's all you have to do. I'm losing weight, or I'm going to put it off for a while. Then you don't have this inner dialogue that's having this fight back and forth inside of your mind. You're clear, you know what you're doing, and you know why. Hi, Miss Kara, so nice to see you. Next, you're going to write out your cop-out thoughts. All those thoughts, all those excuses, write them down on one piece of paper. What are you telling yourself on an everyday basis? And if you don't even know, don't worry. Just get out a piece of paper and just start with what you know, and then you'll be able to add to them, trust me. You'll be able to see what you tell yourself. That are excuses, that put it off, that make your body dreams a thing that's going to be accomplished sometime in the future. But it's not making it present, and it's not making it powerful enough for you to step into your life and your body and your goals. 3, you're going to write down, why is it important for you to change now? And you're going to just write what gets to happen for you as a result of changing now. Why does it matter now? I get to play with my kids. I get to be around for my grandkids and get on the floor and travel to all different places and feel comfortable in an airplane seat. And I get to go, I get to feel comfy when I walk, and my knee pain and my joint pain is going to be so much improved. And I'm going to get out of that pre-diabetic or diabetic range, and I'm going to move my health to a different number. I'm going to feel amazing in the clothes that are hanging up in my closet that I haven't been able to wear for years. I'm going to feel so confident in myself. It's going to help me with my career and my life. I'm going to feel so much better and so much more confident about myself. What are your reasons? Why must this happen now? I'm going to move away from being such a high COVID risk. That's a biggie. So look at your reasons. Look at why these have to happen now. And if your reasons are like, so exciting, not so impressive, you got to go deeper. Go deeper inside. And you can always do that by saying, and why do I want that? And why do I want that? I want to lose weight so I feel good. And why do I want that? Because I'm sick of waking up every morning and hating the way I look. And why do I want that? Because the mirror, and when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't like what I see. And why? And why is that? Because I'm sick of telling myself, whatever it is, right? You just keep going deeper and deeper and you get all these reasons. And then there'll be some that will pull at your heartstrings. And that's why it must happen now. And then when you start using number 4, anytime you start using your old cop-out excuses, you tell yourself, I'm doing it now and here's why. I'm making this happen and here's why. And some of you might need to prepare for this, okay? You might know when your brain likes to start copping out. For some of you, many of you, it's late at night. It's in front of the TV. It's in bed. It's when you feel lonely, when you feel bored, when you feel sad, when you feel, right? That's typical on the weekends. You having a plan and knowing, okay, in the evening, tonight, when my brain starts telling me that it wants to just eat, I've got my list ready. I'm going to read this. I'm going to put on an inspiring audio, a podcast, something that's going to fire me up. I'm going to go into the inner circle group or into the 30-day challenge group, or I'm going to go on social media and I'm going to find a group that's going to help support me. And I'm going to check in. For those of you who receive coaching, I'm going to check in with Marna. I'm going to talk through this. I'm going to hold myself accountable. Okay? This is important. Stop putting your weight loss goals off if it's something you want. And there's nothing wrong with you in terms of why that's happened. You've just programmed these thoughts in to be your reality now. And so we've got to program them out of your brain. And the way you do that is by telling your brain, directing your brain why this must happen and that you're going to take action today. Wouldn't that be amazing 6 months from now? Could you imagine if you started this process today and 6 months from now, even 3 months from now, you no longer gave in to all those excuses? Ooh, that's a goodie, right? You can see the change. This is why this matters. All of a sudden, if you stopped using those old excuses and reprogrammed, here's why, and here's what I'm doing, and now let me go take action. Let me go for that walk. Let me go for that jog. Let me do 10 jumping jacks at my computer right now. All of a sudden, you're being in action instead of excuse land in this area. And I know so many of you, all of you, have areas of your life where you do not use these excuses. Do you imagine if I did this with, I'll just pick up my kids tomorrow. I'll just go pick them up tomorrow. They'll be there. They'll be there waiting. And so will social services. I'll just brush my teeth tomorrow. I'll just take care of my dog tomorrow. Make kids food tomorrow. Right? We don't do that. We take action because it's important enough to us now. There are consequences to not taking action. If I don't pick up my kids from school, there's a consequence. And I don't like that consequence. So I'm picking them up. Plus, I love them and I want to pick them up. But you see what I'm saying? In these areas of your life, you just show up for yourself. You just do. You don't have the excuses at all. Maybe a few, but nothing big. It's because you want it badly enough and it excites you. So what about weight loss is not exciting anymore? What about being your best body, your best self? Isn't making your little hairs on your neck and your arms get excited and passionate and ready to take action? It should be fun. It doesn't have to be hard. It can be totally fun. You can say, okay, how am I going to make weight loss fun today, enjoyable today, inevitable today? How am I going to take action? What am I going to do right now to just continue to step into my goals and my dreams? And then when you catch yourself saying, oh, I'll put that off. I'll do that later. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I'm going to do that right now. And here's why it's important. Because I'm so excited to fit into my clothes. I'm so excited to play with my grandkids. I'm so excited to ask for this promotion. I'm so excited to be in front of people and promoting myself or whatever it is for you. You start programming that in, okay? So this is the 4-step process I want you all to think about using if you continue to tell yourself you're going to wait, or if you continue to tell yourself these excuses that keep you from losing weight, that are keeping you stuck. They may feel like good excuses. They may feel like that's the thing. Your brain is so amazing at making your brain think these excuses are so legitimate and so real. Like, oh yes, I totally believe that. When they're just excuses. Like sometimes it really feels like I don't have time to move my body. And it's just an excuse. I know I've got excuses all over the place when it comes to movement, except for walking. I love walking. That's never a problem. But I got other excuses. And so I'm doing this process too, right along with you. See, that's the cool thing about health and wellness and stuff is that we can always improve and change and get better at and have fun with this process. If you are dedicated to self-improvement, if you're dedicated to having the best possible life you can have, then why wouldn't I want to keep bettering myself? It's so fun. There are moments it's not fun. There are moments I'm sitting there feeling my feeling of, oh, I don't want to do this, but I really, really know that I need to program and I want to program my brain. And so I do the workout or I do the thing that I have been putting off. And you can use this in every area of your life. That's what's so cool about this mind work. All the mind work I do, it impacts everything so that you can be the best version of you. But stop telling yourself you want to lose weight and then give yourself a bunch of excuses. That's a frustrating place to be. That's a broken place to be. And we've all been there. I've been there. You've been there. And if you're there right now, change this habit. Okay? Carol, I'm glad you like this. So what questions do you have for me? What could I help support you in? If you're triggered by this, if you have thoughts about this, if you don't believe you can do this, what can I answer? Sometimes, Amanda, I have to tell myself something new I'm doing or thinking is an experiment. It's okay to experiment. I'm my own scientist. Yes, I'm my own science experiment. Yes, it's how I got to working out every day. I love that. I love that. So you would just tell yourself, you know what? I'm just going to experiment with that. I'm my own science experiment. Let's just see. And how would you do that, Amanda, around working out? Was it like, tell me the details? Like, would you go into the gym? Would you sign up for a membership? Would you do home stuff? I would love details about that. That is fantastic. I love that. That is a beautiful way. See, the brain can get around like, I'm just going to try this out. The brain likes that. And that's a great thing to tell your brain because it doesn't feel like it's going to have to do it forever. The whole idea of forever, that's why diets don't work for 95 to 99% of people, is because it feels like forever. And it feels like you're being controlled. But if you put it in the framework of whatever you're doing, like movement, which I love it in this framework, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to just experiment and see. I'm going to give myself 2 weeks and just test this out. That feels very different than, oh my God, for the rest of my life, I have to hate exercise. Yuck. That focuses your attention in the wrong way. So that's beautiful and very effective. I like that a lot. Who else? Any other questions? So what are you going to get out today? You're going to get clear. 1, are you making the decision to lose weight this year or not? Have you made that decision, or is it still like, I kind of want it? No, just decide. I'm doing it. Do you know how different it is when you just decide? I'm absolutely committed. I am doing this. All of a sudden, your brain doesn't have to fight anymore. You don't have to go back and forth. You're like, no, 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 I'm just coming back to the decision. I'm absolutely making this happen this year. Then you're going to get out a piece of paper, write down all your cop-outs. Then you're going to write out why you want to lose weight, why it is important now for it to happen. And then anytime you start using those old excuses, ba-boom, start using your new thoughts. Program your brain. So Sandy, you said chocolate can call to you. How do I quiet that incessant call? Okay, that is your inner 2-year-old. That's that part of you that wants what she wants when she wants it. And she wants that chocolate. And she's going to get loud, and she's going to get real loud. So just like any 2-year-old, most of these cravings, these callings, these yelling inside of our head is only 5 to 10 minutes, just like a 2-year-old's temper tantrum. So there's 2 ways we can deal with it. 1, we can ignore it. Let that temper tantrum go and have a plan for that temper tantrum. Anytime my brain starts going crazy, I'm going to go get some water and some lemon, and I'm going to go watch some cute video on YouTube, whatever, right? You can have a plan like that. I'm going to spend 10 minutes watching one of my favorite shows. I'm going to spend 10 minutes listening to comedy, like something that would just bring a flood of really good emotions in while your head's going crazy is a great strategy. Or you work with that inner 2-year-old and you come up with a diversion technique or tactic. You say, okay, just like a 2-year-old. Well, yes, you can have that chocolate. Are you willing to have it when your body's hungry? Or 3, this other strategy is negotiating. And so if let's say your head's like, I'm not willing, I got to have it now. You say, great. Then are you willing to have 5 of them and enjoy every little piece of those kisses or whatever it is? Enjoy every little one. Yeah, I'm willing to do that. Great. So 1, you've tried to get in front of it and just let it. It keeps screaming at you, and you've tried to say, are you willing to have it when your body's hungry? Again, we're putting it into the realm of honoring your body and putting it in where we want it to be ultimately. And then 3, okay, nope, those 2 didn't work. So now, are you willing and open to having 5 Hershey's Kisses or whatever it is that you're craving chocolate-wise? And I'm going to taste and be really mindful with each one. And usually between 1, 2, and 3, there will be a strategy that your inner 2-year-old goes, okay, I got it. And that your adult self also is willing to do. And that's how you work through that. And then the next day, if that same thing happens, you're having this massive craving in your head, and you go through 1, not willing to just listen to it, 2, not willing to wait until you're hungry, then I would see if your inner 2-year-old is willing to have 4. Okay, and we're just bringing it down and bringing it down, down, down until hopefully your inner 2-year-old gets comfy with saying, yeah, no, I'm okay waiting and having it either when I'm hungry or just reducing it altogether. Okay, so I hope that gives you a strategy, Sandy, to really help support you. You are not alone. I love me some chocolate. Sometimes I get really good and in front of it. I'm like, psh. When I say good, I don't even need to label it. Like sometimes I get in front of it. Sometimes it's not an issue. And I'm like, oh, I'm just going to drink my hot water and lemon, or I'm going to have my spindrift and it's good. And other times it's like, oh, you need that chocolate. Sometimes the conversation too, the need, if we can confront those words, like if in my head I'm saying, Marna, you need that chocolate. You got to have that chocolate. Come on, go eat it. I'll soften the language. Like, I understand, brain, you're telling me I need it. I'm just wanting it. I've created a pattern of thinking and a pattern of action where I think I need it, but I really actually don't need it. I'm fine right now with my spindrift. So sometimes I just will talk through my conversation in my head to really honor what it is that I'm thinking and feeling. Okay. So can I recap it? Yeah. What I'm going to do also is I'll put this in here too. So you have them written down. I'm hoping that helps you. And on tomorrow's podcast, when this goes out, I'll have all these, I'll write them out for you too. But yeah, the 4-step process for those of you coming in on late, 4-step process to take you from telling yourself, from excuse land to heaven, to like a better place, right? To weight loss is 1, decide, do you really want to lose weight? Just get clear, because I don't want you fighting with yourself all the time. 2, write out your cop-outs on one piece of paper. All of your excuses, all of your cop-outs, all the things that you've programmed yourself to say to keep your weight loss from actually making it happen now. Okay? 3, write why is it important for you to change now, today, this moment. Why are you going to make weight loss happen? And awesome. I love it. And then 4, anytime you start going from using that excuse, you're going to go to that list of why this must happen now. And you're going to say, no. I'm not going to wait till tomorrow. I'm doing this now because I want to look amazing. I want to feel incredible this summer wearing sundresses. I want to feel strong and sexy. I want my health to really dramatically improve, for whatever's on your list. And that's going to inspire you. And I want you, when you're saying it and you're reading those, it should give you a smile. It should give you just this joy. Okay? Yes, it's hard to get rid of that voice. Why? Why is it hard to get rid of that voice? We know this. Because that voice is trying to keep you safe. Anytime you change in an area that's not so easy, it's like pulling you back. Any of you who have experienced any type of transformational growth, you push through. You have like this baseline for how you're living right now. And that's where you've been conditioned, where your brain has been conditioned. And then anytime you want to transform your wealth, your body, your relationships, anything, you've got to push through what has been normal for you. What's been your foundation, what your programming has been. You've got to move through it. And to move through those old thoughts, there need to be a whole new set of thoughts that you program in to elevate you. And you've got to let any of this old conditioning that's been keeping you where you've been, you've got to allow it to be there and move through it even still. So this is really important work. And I don't know if I really understood for a long time that to program my brain, I thought it just like something would happen. Magic happened to my brain. Yes, there's hypnotherapy that I love. And yes, there's visioning that I also love and do. But there's this action item in looking at your thoughts, looking at what's breaking you down, and choosing new thoughts to help really push you into where you want to go. And what I can tell you is this gets so much easier. I catch people all the time when they're talking to me, not on purpose, but like I catch them and I can see where they're stuck so easily by how they're speaking to themselves, how they're talking about themselves, how they're sharing with me what's not working. Because I've gotten so good at changing my thinking now in so many different areas. And that's allowed me to be happier, more successful, thinner, and just have so much more joy in my life. And so I encourage you. Now, it's not that I don't have areas that I'm going to always have to keep working on, right? Because there's going to be a new level. Once I hit this and break through to another level, the human condition is to be, I love gratitude. And I also love looking and seeing what's at this next level. Because at every level of transformation, there's a whole new opportunity of thoughts and feelings and action items that you may want to take on. Now, some of you may not. You go, I'm so happy right here. And that's beautiful. Then just be in gratitude for that. But if you want to change, and if you're committed to changing your body this year, then it's time to stop letting those old excuses take you out of the game. It's just not helpful. It's not helpful. And telling yourself that you're going to do it tomorrow is only keeping your goals out here, out in front of you, instead of bringing them in to your heart, your life, and who you want to be. And I'm so happy, Eva, you're doing it. It's so nice to see you. I've been thinking about you. I've been wondering, where's Miss Eva? I'm so happy you're here today. I'm Miss Lizzie. I'm so happy you're here today too. So I hope this really, hi Christine. So I hope this really helps you think about and give you a process for dealing with your excuses. And some of you might be really attached, and some are going to be easier to work through. You're like, oh yeah, I'm not really attached to that excuse. That's just an excuse. Psh, I want this. And then there's going to be some that you might find are really holding on tight to you. And that's the one where you spend a little bit more time, but it will be worth it. Because 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, when you don't have those excuses hanging out inside of your mind, you will have busted through them. And guess what? Your body will thank you. Your health will thank you. Your clothes will thank you. You'll be feeling so, so good. So that's the journey for the week. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you start taking action on this process. Don't you dare tell me that you're going to do this tomorrow. If you need to schedule time to do this, do that. Take action now to know when you're going to create your list, your two lists, your list of why you want this now, and the list of your cop-outs and excuses. Write it down, get clear when you're going to do it, follow through so that you can begin changing your body. All right, everybody, sending you so, so, so much love, so much healing to our amazing brains, to reprogramming our brains. If you want more tools to help you, head to my podcast. I got so many different tools that you can use on there. Thin Within Podcast. Head to my website, thinwithin.com. That's where you can take my free course and start to reprogram your brain. And I will see all of you next week or Friday for those of you who are in my inner circle or 30-day challenge. All right, everybody. Sending you lots and lots of love. Bye, everybody.